welcome to Absolutely Fact with me and Rob Hoey. I'm Matt Bell, and this is Rob.
Hello. Are we looking at... I've got to look at the cameras.
Sometimes it depends if you want to or not. Yeah, we're talking to each other, so just you can ignore the cameras, I guess.
So this podcast is going to be us reading out facts, and we've got some rules, which are going to be that we can't look up any information on the fact. We just have to see the facts as they come. If we know something about it, great. We can have an informed discussion. But if we don't know about it, then we're going to have an ill-informed discussion and see where it takes us.
And sometimes maybe the facts will be just made up facts, and we can almost play a game of like, oh, that doesn't sound like a real fact to me.
Yeah, is this fact or fiction?
I mean, it's just an opportunity. And the other part of the
is that we're going to be drinking a lot.
Is that we're going to be drinking some alcohol.
Too much.
So without further ado,
here we go. Fact
Absolutely Fact, episode 1. Cheers.
Didn't you call it Totally Fact at first?
No, Absolutely Fact.
Absolutely Fact. Welcome to the Absolutely Fact podcast. Okay, so as you can see, we're cheersing there. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, everybody. Off to a
flying start. Okay, fact 1.
Go.
Fact 1. In the year 2000, Pope John Paul II was named an honorary member of what? What do you think? What do you think it could be?
Pope John Paul II.
An honorary member of something.
The YMCA?
It's
the Village People? Okay, no, let me keep guessing. An honorary member of... I don't know.
Think sports.
Oh, really? FIFA?
No. It's American.
American football? NFL?
No.
Basketball?
Yes.
What? The NBA?
No. Think about a specific team.
The Bishop? The Cardinals?
No.
Oh, is that? I don't. That might be baseball. The Vatican's.
No. An honorary member of somebody. An honorary member
of the somethings.
Harlem Globetrotters.
It's not obvious. I mean, they are the biggest team, I guess. Still, are they?
They're not a team, I don't think. They're just like a sort of.
Oh, they're like the old dudes who just go around.
They are to basketball what the Red Devils are to the RAF. They're just like a display team.
Red Arrows.
Is that what I said? What did I say?
Red Devils.
Oh, Red Devil. Yeah, Red Arrows are. Okay.
Great fact there.
Great fact. Great facting.
Fact me.
Okay. Here we go. Fact 2. Fact 2 of the day. Anne Boleyn, you know who she is.
I do.
Had 6 fingernails on one hand. Not 6 fingers.
What?
6 fingernails on one hand. I don't know how that works.
That's wild.
I don't even know how that works. You got one hand. It's got 5 fingers.
I mean, unless you have a cloven nail, and there's just that looks like
that's a cloven nail.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd also, if she had a second nail, she'd presumably have to have a second finger or at least a nubbin for it to be on.
In those kind of times, that would have just been known as a hoof or a devil claw or something.
Yeah, witch claw.
I'm not having that fingernail. No,
witch hoof.
She's got a witch's hoof. Okay,
grim. I mean, she was obviously top. She was top. You know
what?
She was a top girl back then. She would have been like she's a.
Do you reckon?
Well, the king married her. Yeah, definitely.
But she had a hoof.
I know, yeah. Well, that goes to show. That goes to show.
Have you seen Willow? You know the Willow where they turn into pigs.
Yes.
I reckon that's what I'm thinking of.
Like a cloven split hoof. Yeah.
Yeah, where the princess turns into a pig. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay. She was all right. It's not too soon. She won't be listening. Okay.
Hashtag too soon. Hashtag me too.
Okay. Fact 3. Ready? Okay. You are born with 300 bones. I've got one right now.
Oh! Because it means penis.
It does, yeah. But when you get to be an adult, look at me, you only have 206.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you lose 94 bones from birth to death.
Well, they fuse.
They must do.
They must fuse. I don't suppose any of them just disappear, right?
I don't know, they must do, yeah. They must fuse into other stuff.
Yeah. But none of them would just...
When you're born without kneecaps, that's a fact.
So that's 2 down already. How have they got more than us?
That's weird, though, because you grow I thought
I'm sick of all the babies coming over here and having more bones than us. Taking all the bones.
Yeah.
Fucking babies.
Fucking babies collecting up our bones. Okay. There we go. Could be fact 4, could be fact 5. Thank you, Newcastle Brown Ale.
Oh, why am I drinking a Nuki Brown Ale?
It's mine. Did you know that mosquitoes can get viruses from you? If you have malaria and get bitten by a mosquito, then that mosquito now has malaria. Fighting back. Fuck them.
But does that mean... Do you reckon that means that the mosquito actually gets ill, or are they just carrying malaria?
No. So you've got this mosquito, yeah? He's never done anything.
What's his name? Zimmo.
Teethy.
Teethy?
Yeah, because they're little biters, aren't they, right?
What teeth have they?
Right.
Got needles.
Needle face. John Needleface.
Ted Needleman.
So you've got this mosquito. He's clean. He's never done anything. He's not a junkie. Never has been. Never anything like that. He's come over to you. He's bitten you. You've got malaria. He hasn't got malaria.
Right.
Now he has because he was.
Yeah, but what I'm asking is, does that excuse me, does that appear? What's the fucking word I'm looking for? When something appears out of nothing.
What?
Materialize. Does that materialize as? That's not even the word I was looking for. Does malaria in mosquitoes appear as an actual illness for them, or is it just something they carry? Like,
why are you asking me? Let me read you the fact.
Did you know?
Did you know that mosquitoes can get viruses from you? If you have malaria and get bitten by a mosquito, then that mosquito now has malaria.
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I just think it's too vague. I need to know. Maybe they're just carrying malaria, and obviously they're going to carry whatever you've got.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Are they just a carrier of malaria, or do they
because
get
it's
ill?
got their blood in your body? If it was to spit that blood out, would it have malaria anymore? Is that what you're saying?
Well, no.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, does it matter if a mosquito has malaria? Because
why?
Because does it make a mosquito ill, or
that's not the interesting bit about the fact.
It is, because if it's saying it's got malaria, how does that manifest in?
The interesting bit about the fact is that mosquitoes can get viruses from you.
Yeah, fine. I mean, yeah, that's how they spread it, I would have thought. You don't catch it from each other, do you? You get it from mosquitoes, and those mosquitoes probably got it from somewhere. Other malarial humans, maybe. Other things, probably, as well.
Yeah. Fact 5.
Yeah.
Columbus
could do with more.
Bought chocolate beans. Not as co-op or anything like that. Columbus brought chocolate beans back to Spain on his 4th voyage. That's the shittest fact ever. Columbus brought chocolate beans.
That's of no interest to anyone at all.
No, back from Spain, not his 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, but his 4th voyage. Wait.
10 points for who can tell me what Columbus brought back on his 4th voyage to Spain.
What year do you reckon that was?
1502.
Yeah, you looked at the.
I did accidentally look.
Yeah, that's fine.
We should build you a little shield, a phone shield, so I can't see.
Just don't look at it.
I can't stop myself now.
Your head creates inner noises. It's rare, but exploding head syndrome exists.
No more explanation than that.
That's it. That's all we've got. What do you think about that?
Exploding head syndrome. I mean, if it's literal.
Do you have it sometimes? You get this when you go to bed. You're lying down in bed, and you think you hear like a door slam or a bang or something, and you wake up, and it obviously is nothing happened.
Yeah.
Maybe that's exploding head syndrome.
No, I don't think so.
Do you not think? What do you think it is?
Exploding head syndrome. I mean, if I'm honest, I would like it to be where your head just explodes.
Oh yeah, like scanners.
Yeah. Scanner syndrome.
Yeah, I don't reckon it's that.
What would it be? What would happen if that? If we
it says create inner noises.
Turn on the TV right now, and there's a news report, and it was like 1/3 of the world's population have fallen prey to exploding head syndrome.
Yeah.
Please lock your doors. Stay away from any strangers. And there's footage of
Please
people.
Please lock up your daughters. Exploding head syndrome is here.
And what would the first port of call be in that kind of crisis? Where would you go? What would you do?
I would gaffer tape my jaw to the top of my head, so that if anything happened, I wouldn't lose the bottom of my face, so I could still talk and tell the doctors what happened.
But there's maniacs running around outside, and if they get in contact with you, you get exploding head syndrome.
Yeah.
And then you're fucked. So
bubble wrap.
What to stop you from getting near them?
Loads of bubble wrap.
It's going to be quite a lot.
And then I would use.
How are you going to survive? I'd bubble wrap shield.
I'd put a bit of drain pipe between me and the bubble wrap.
Yeah.
And I'd breathe through that,
Yeah.
and I could get people to pour soups and
chicken.
Yeah. Other stuff like that down my drain pipe into my mouth.
All right.
Yeah.
Bobby's drain pipe, and you just live forever in a
bubble wrap world,
an Iron Maiden of bubble wrap.
Like the boy in a bubble.
Yeah.
That's what I would get. I would get a zorbing ball.
Just live in that. I don't think that'd stop disease, really.
What do you mean?
Well, I know the film.
Who else is in there with me?
Well, no, because air can move between. I mean, you've only got that much oxygen.
But you said it was from people touching you.
Well, maybe it's airborne now. Then, if they get close to you,
the rules have changed.
No, I said if they get close to you.
All right. Well, an antiseptic zorbing ball.
I can't help it. It's gone airborne, Rob.
Sometimes you only get to say things once in your life. An antiseptic zorbing ball is probably one of those things. Okay. Okay, so it was the left shoe that Aschenputtel, sounds like a German porn show, Aschenputtel, aka Cinderella. I didn't even know that came from
Aschenputtel.
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 Danke, Aschenputtel.
Danke, Aschenputtel. You must wash the dishes while we go to the ball.
Yeah. You're quite good at German, aren't you?
What, the language?
Yeah, you know a bit of German.
No, bits and pieces.
Yeah. I don't know anything. I only know.
Ich habe small knowledge of German.
I know how to say my friend will pay. I know how to say, what's the thing you taught me? You're a cheeky monkey.
Yeah.
What's ein Schönegung bitte?
Excuse me.
Excuse me, I know that now. And I know how to say work makes you free, because that's what it says on the Auschwitz gates.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's bleak.
Yeah.
What do you think Aschenputtel would have thought of that?
And now Aschenputtel, so I can say, Cinderella, work makes you free. Excuse me.
Work does kind of make
You
her
cheeky
free.
monkey.
She works hard with a good heart, and that little cartoon mouse helps her escape.
Someone pointed out a problem. Cartoon mouse?
Is that Cinderella? Yeah, Cinderella.
Oh, yeah, okay,
She's
the
got
cartoon, yeah, but
mice,
not the original
No.
text. Someone pointed out to me the other day that why has she got the only size shoe of that size in the whole village?
What do you mean?
Because the prince goes around trying on the slipper.
She's got the daintiest feet ever.
What does dainty just mean? Small?
Do you know what Aschenputtel means?
What does
It means the daintiest foot in the
Dainty
village.
foot. Tabitha Daintyfoot.
It means the daintiest foot within 100 miles. That's what
just the
Aschenputtel
smallest
means.
foot?
Aschenputtel means tiny, tiny foot.
No, it doesn't.
That's what it means.
Does it actually?
Yeah.
Bollocks.
Like put, as in... Like,
foot.
no, you know, like a
Put.
shot, like a putter, like golf.
Yeah.
Small end, small feet.
Ashen.
And ashen
means ill.
Ashen means ill.
Means ill and
Withered
decrepit.
foot.
Withered foot, yeah.
Aschenputtel means...
She's got a right Aschenputtel, that one.
She's
Look
got
at the
one,
Aschenputtel.
she's got one withered foot. Anyway, the fact is this. I'll finish the fact because we only got as far as her name. It was the left shoe that Witheredfoot, aka Cinderella, lost at the stairway when the prince tried to follow her. I didn't need the rest to sort of.
It's not even really a fact, is it? It's
What do you
just-
mean? Well, it's fictional for a start.
Well,
so it's
firstly,
definitely
it's
not
about a fiction, yeah. It's like saying, here's a fact for you. Jack climbed a beanstalk. Like, not really a
Yeah,
fact.
it was a runner. Yeah, Jack climbed a runner beanstalk. Well, it doesn't matter what kind of stalk.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean?
Yeah,
It
you're
doesn't
right.
matter.
Yeah. It's elaborating, isn't it?
Okay, here we go. Ready?
I can't stop looking at it. I think
I
we
know.
need to build a shield.
We don't need to be. I'll put my
Yeah,
beer
put
in
your
front
beer
of
in front of it. That's good.
Okay. Ooh.
Cool.
As men and women get older, their ability to hear high-pitched sounds diminishes. The ability to taste sweet foods also decreases with age.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean-
to taste sweet foods.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame, isn't it?
Old people
Can't taste honey as
can't
good
eat
as you and me.
Mentos.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste like anything.
Is that's minty, not sweet? I mean, I guess it's both, right?
I guess it's kind of sugary mint.
Sugar mint.
Sugar mint.
This has been a good fact.
Okay, let's move on. Sugar mint. You'll like this one.
Go on then.
This one's for you. You like clocks, watches.
Oh, I love a clock, mate.
I know. I've seen your watch collection. I remember once when your wife's, let's call them your in-laws, your father-in-law, and they bought you a box to put your watches in.
Yeah, watch, yeah. Box.
A what?
Watch box. Come on.
Okay. Now we've got a dog in the podcast. Okay. Turning a clock's hands counterclockwise while setting it is not necessarily harmful. It will only damage it if the timepiece contains a chiming mechanism. Yeah?
Winding the hands backwards
Turning a clock's hands counterclockwise backwards,
will only
yeah?
damage it if it has a chiming mechanism.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where the fuck you're finding these facts, but that is the most boring fact.
What do you mean?
Well, you're never. No one cares about that.
Not only is that a good fact, that is also a really useful fact. If someone is listening and they've got a clock,
How many times in your life
What do you
have you
mean?
had to wind a clock by it? Firstly, why would you wind it by its hands?
I've got a clock. That
They've usually got a thing on the back. You're only talking about a grandfather clock here, aren't you?
yeah, I wind. Yeah, about 6 times a year, 7 times a year. I'm winding up a grandfather's clock.
Oh right.
Yeah.
My bad. So it's quite. It's just me. I guess I don't have much exposure to grandfather clocks.
That was supposed to be for you as well. You said you were a clock fanatic.
No, I'm not a clock fanatic. I have some watches. Do you know what? I'm not even. Everyone thinks I'm a watch fanatic. I'm not really a watch fanatic. I just have a lot of watches because people keep giving me watches as gifts. I haven't bought any of them. I've bought one of them myself.
Sounds like you're protesting a bit too much about this.
You're right. I'm trying to hide it
love
from
a
you.
watch. Okay. If you look at the top of a globe, yeah, and spin it clockwise, so clocks again. Look at the top of a globe, spin it clockwise. When you look at the bottom, it will be spinning counterclockwise. It will look like it hasn't. It will look like it's been. It's probably
That is the dumbest fucking fact.
What do you mean?
Because it's about that's about relativity. It's relative to you in what position.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's no such thing as clockwise other than relative to an observer.
On a sec.
Science.
Let me read it again for you. If you look at the top of a globe and spin it clockwise, when you look at the bottom, it will be spinning counterclockwise. How do you feel about that? Okay. Should we get rid of the dog? Okay, here we go. Ready?
Hit me.
The range of a medieval longbow is 220 yards.
Ooh, how long's a yard? Hang on, someone told me this the other day.
Go on.
A yard is 36 inches. And I said to them, oh, that's about 1 foot, isn't it? And it turns out it's exactly 3 feet.
Yeah.
So it's 3
times 220 feet.
What? Hang on. Oh, no. 220 divided by 3.
Is it?
No, hang on. How many yards?
220 yards.
Times 3 divided by 3.
What did you... I can't remember what you said that...
Well, hang on. A yard is that big. So you're right, actually.
Times by 3.
220.
Yeah.
So that's 770... Probably 770-ish. 769 feet.
Wait. What are you talking about? 220 times 3
Yeah.
is 660.
660, yeah.
Yeah. So 660 foot.
Fucking hell, that's a long way,
That's a long way.
Whoa. How many metres is that?
How long's a metre?
I think there's about 3 feet in a metre, so it sounds like it's about a yard.
Yeah. 220 yards, probably.
About 220 metres.
Yeah, about 220 metres, probably. They've ruined that fact. Okay, look.
But the thing is about that.
What?
You could fire it that far, but you'd have to be a hell of a shot, wouldn't you? That's a long old way for an arrow to travel.
What do you mean?
Well, that's a long way, right?
It's not a long way. That's how far it travels.
It can travel up to.
Yeah.
My point is, you'd have to be the best aimer in the world
to do what?
To hit anything.
What are you talking about?
Firing a fucking arrow.
No one said it's hitting anything.
Well, that's how far it
That's
can
its
go.
range.
What's the purpose of an arrow?
What do you mean?
Well, what is the purpose of a bow and arrow?
Doesn't matter what the purpose is. That's the range of it.
I understand the range. My point is, at that range, it would be difficult to hit anything.
Well, that's true, but you wouldn't fire a gun down High Street because the man was at the other end of it. The point, the science of this is what you wouldn't if you were like, I wonder how this gun shoots. And you shoot down a high street.
Yeah.
And you think the only way I can really record this is if it kills someone at the other end. That's not what the science of this is.
No, you're right. That is the fact is the range. Fine.
Yeah.
But I'm right.
You're right in that you would have to be a very good shot to get something 220 yards away. But I don't think people
we all agree on that. What are they using bow and arrows for, though? To shoot?
Not to shoot things that's specifically 220 yards away. That's what they're using it for.
Not to shoot stuff. So they're going closer.
Make a fist with your left hand. Squeeze your left thumb. Then put your right index finger down your throat. You have no gag reflex.
What?
No. What are you doing?
Oh.
Make a fist with your left hand.
Yeah.
And that squeezes your left thumb.
And then put your right index
Then
finger.
put your right index finger down your throat. Now you have no gag reflex. How's that? How's that going?
I'm going to try and make myself sick, okay?
Go there.
Actually, I'm just going to be sick on the microphone then.
Well, you're not going to make yourself sick.
Why is that
no gag
stopping
reflex.
my gag reflex?
I don't know.
I can feel that was going to go. All right. Yeah, I've got a gag reflex still.
That's not a fact then, is it?
Bollocks. Absolute rubbish.
Do you think I've made that up?
I think that's anecdotal nonsense. Is that... No, it says it there. I can see it. What a ridiculous fact.
Let me cleanse your palate.
I'm ready for more.
Play-Doh was first manufactured as a wallpaper cleaner. Okay? Let that just cleanse your mind for a second.
Good
Just wipe
grief.
your mind.
That's sad that it had an industrial application before the application of play.
I know this much. You know, packing, like bubble wrap, that was invented as wallpaper.
What?
That was wallpaper. That was invented as wallpaper in the 50s or 60s or something.
I mean, it would make horrible wallpaper.
And they had a surplus of it. And
no
someone
fucker
came along and
bought it.
said, what's this mental stuff? And they said, oh, it's wallpaper. And they went, well, can I use it for packing boxes? Because you got so much surplus. And that's
God.
how it got popular.
Wow. That's mental. So that would be bad wallpaper.
Terrible wallpaper, yeah. That's why it didn't work. That's why I had the surplus.
It would be good for insulation, though. Pockets of air. That's
Pockets of air,
That's
man.
the fucking way forward.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't use it for insulating lofts.
This is a good one for crime, if you want to detect crime.
Oh, yes, please.
A fetus develops fingerprints at 18 weeks. So they got in trouble with the law. They were down Wetherspoons and they nutted Steve.
Yeah.
They nutted Steve.
Knocked his teeth out.
From the photo place down the road and knocked his teeth out.
Yeah.
You could fingerprint the fetus.
If they shanked a slag in a car park.
Shanked a slag in a car park.
I've shanked a slag in a car park. Vocal exercises.
Mum.
I've shanked a slag in a car park.
Warming up my mouth. Mum.
I shanked a slag
in a car park.
I shanked some
Shanked a slag in a car park.
Shanked some. By the way, slag doesn't always refer to women. In prison, they call each other slag, I think.
Also, slag is a mound of soil.
What else does shank mean?
Shank,
Yeah.
lamb shank.
I cooked a lamb shank on a pile of rubble in a car park. What other meanings does car park have?
Huh?
No, it's always a car park, isn't it?
Yeah, car park's car park.
Imagine,
I've always said
if
that.
a car park was where cars went and there were big slides and
Bubble, like a ball park.
roundabout and a ballpark for cars to go in.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Should take you down the car park. Yeah, please. Meep, meep.
Okay. Did you know in every single episode of Seinfeld there is a reference to Superman?
What the fudge?
Yeah. Jewish superhero.
Oh, yeah, true that. Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Made by, here's a fact for you. Was he made by Siegel and Schuster, the two Jewish guys in the late 40s or something? And then they never got a penny.
Really? They
Yeah,
never got
DC bought the rights. DC took the rights off of them and just didn't give them I think they made minimal.
It doesn't sound like Jews in business to me.
No.
They usually do all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hope
Well, I
that's
think they
okay
probably
to
did all
say.
right in the end.
Yeah.
But at the time, they got here's a nickel for your idea, see?
We got this great new idea. It's about the Man of Steel, see? He's going to be a wonderful hit. Now here's 40 shekels and be gone with you.
That's exactly what happened, I think.
Why, thank you. This is going to be the best Christmas of ever. Oh, they wouldn't have Christmas, would they?
No.
This is going to be the best Hanukkah since
Yeah.
last Hanukkah, which was also amazing. Mary, I'm buying a dreidel for Christmas.
Okay.
Put on your jacket, you'll catch your death. Honey, are you going out to sell Superman today?
Superman.
Superman.
His name's Superman.
Chicken Superman.
Okay. Jahangir.
Racism.
Yeah. A 17th
Not a funny subject. Racism.
Jahangir, and 17th century Indian Mughal ruler, had 5,000 women in his harem and 1,000 young boys.
Start this one again.
Jahangir,
Jahangir.
yeah, a 17th century Indian Mughal, had 5,000 women in his harem and 1,000 young boys. He also owned 12,000 elephants. That's not cool, is
He
it?
had more elephants than he had wives.
If he was around today, people would be on his case. Like, why have you got so many elephants? Why have you got so many young boys?
Yeah, hang on. The
women's
main,
fine.
the thing that's really
What?
Yeah, the thing that's really flicking up alarms here is the young boys. That 1,000.
12. No, hold on a sec. This is where we've got to weigh this up.
Right.
What's worse?
Right.
1,000 young boys in your slavery.
Yeah. No,
Or
hang on.
12
Hang on. Harem. It says in his harem.
Yeah.
Which means they're for sex.
Well, yeah, they're still slaves. They're sex slaves, right?
I mean, if you've got 10 young boys,
That's bad. 100 young boys, worse.
1,000.
150 young boys, no thank you. 1,000 young boys.
if you have any more than 150 young boys in
you're
your
going
harem,
to
I'm not
jail.
talking to you anymore. I would disown any friend who
But
had
hold
more
on a
than
second.
100.
This is where we talk about morals, right? This is where my morals come into this. Now, I know that 1,000 young boys is bad. Naughty, naughty Jahangir.
naughty Jahangir. Don't
Right.
do the accent.
But listen, 12,000 elephants. 12,000 elephants.
That's the call of the elephant over the savannah.
What do you think, man? You got 12,000 elephants or 1,000 young boys? Where do you morally stand? Which one's worse?
12,000 elephants.
12,000
well, do you know
elephants.
What does it mean by? I mean, it depends what you're doing with the elephants. Because if you're just letting them roam around and you're just saying they're all yours, then I'd go with the elephants every day of the week. That's better.
Than the young boys.
Well, I think there's not many things that are worse than having 1,000 young boys you can rape whenever you want to.
12,000 elephants, though. That's a lot of elephants.
Is he raping
man.
the elephants?
It doesn't say he's raping anyone.
Well, they're in his harem and they're probably not up for it. And statutorily, if
Yeah,
they're
but
young,
there's
it's
but there's
statutory
gotta be-
rape if they're young boys.
I know what you mean, but there must be like hot ones and not so hot ones. There's 1,000 people
Yeah,
there.
you're right. Yeah.
So anyway,
Why is he choosing ugly ones then?
we all do.
I mean, he's a
sometimes.
bloody disgusting freak anyway.
Right.
So
Let's have a look at this one. Ergonomic waterbeds. Ergonomic
do you know what
waterbeds.
this is like? This is like the
What?
one show.
It's great.
It changes from like a piece about the Holocaust to a piece about Dom Littlewood using cutlery.
Yeah, it does. So 1,000. But keep in your mind 1,000 boys, 12,000 elephants. When I tell you this one, ergonomic waterbeds are the latest must-have on the bovine circuit. The beds, listing at $175, are said to enhance cattle health by reducing joint damage.
What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Waterbeds for cows.
Yeah. 12,000 elephants. Look, now now modern in the modern age, they would all have waterbeds.
Well, maybe they did then. How do we know? This is This is the problem with these facts is that
What?
I don't know any of the details about how those. I don't know those young boys that he had. He might just be like Michael Jackson, just an innocent lover of young company,
Yeah.
with no controversy at all.
Yeah.
just like Michael Jackson. And he might be looking after those boys, and he might be like, "Have a hamburger" or whatever.
Yeah. My thing.
Or he
my,
might be an arsehole to those elephants, but
Yeah.
he might be, flip it over. He might be amazing to the elephants, just like best friends with them, keeps them
Yeah.
so well fed. Maybe they had waterbeds.
And this is going to be controversial, right? But so you've got a job.
You think
You're in
1,000 boys is fine?
I think 1,000 boys isn't fine, but I think to myself, 1,000 boys, it's only 365 days a year and you've only got one dick. Someone's having a day off. Right, let's have a look.
Do you know what I mean? Actually, that's a very good point because 1,000 boys aren't going to be doing a lot of. I mean, maybe
No.
maybe he's getting through a few at a
Even
time.
at 2 boys at a time, you're having one day a year.
2 boys a day.
You're having a day
Two
off.
boys a day.
You're working one
He's
day
a
a
busy
year.
man. He's a prince or a king.
You're having one day a year, you know what I mean?
No,
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty good
one
job.
day of work.
Yeah.
Admittedly, you have to have sex with an Indian prince.
So hold on a sec. So basically, it's that or a paper round. What are you doing?
Yeah. Okay. So right. Well, let's go down this alleyway.
Yeah.
If you had the option to either live a grown-up adult normal life, have a 9 to 5 job, and do what normal people do, or get bummed by an Indian prince once every 2 years.
Yes.
For hashtag me too.
The word clitoris
Go on.
comes from the Greek word meaning side of a hill. And that actually rings true of my wife. So that's fine. That's a fact. I see that's a fact. Okay.
Cool. Side of a hill.
Yeah. I don't know. The Fresh Kills landfill. Yeah, it's a place. The Fresh Kills landfill. Okay, what do you know? What do you got?
It's near New York, I think, and it's the
Yeah.
biggest. I think it's the biggest man-made structure in the world.
Oh, okay.
Is that
Yeah.
it? Is
I
that
think,
the
well,
fact?
it sounds like it, yeah. The fact is, on Staten Island in New York, opened in 1948, is the world's largest landfill. It covers 3,000 acres and receives 14,000 tons of rubbish a day. A day. It's scheduled to close in It's scheduled... These facts are pretty modern. It's scheduled to close in 2002. Thanks for sticking with us.
Fuck me. Where are you getting these facts from?
This is on the line. These
Where-
are on the line right now.
On the line?
On the line.
On the interline?
On the interline.
Oh my god.
Okay.
How the fuck are these still current facts? It's scheduled at some point in the next 30 years, maybe in 2002.
It's scheduled in the past to close. Okay. Thanks very much for sticking.
I know
with
it's closed. I know that fact already.
us. Absolutely fact. Crows have the largest cerebral hemispheres relative to body size of any avian family.
Yes, crows are very smart.
We were talking about this yesterday.
Were we?
Yeah. Do you remember we were saying, crows, their beady eyes, having a look at you.
Yeah,
They
that was
look all
today.
intelligent.
That was
Was it
today you were
today?
talking about.
Looking all intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scary.
Crows are, yeah, no. Well, birds are, I mean, apparently intelligence is not about how big your brain is, it's about how big your brain is in relation to your body mass.
Your body size.
Body size. So there are some animals that are as smart as us. Like dolphins are apparently as smart as us. They just talk in a different way and they think in a different way, and that's why they haven't built cars yet.
Yeah.
Apparently. Word on the street is.
They're better at some things than us as well, though.
Yeah.
Swimming,
Eating, catching fish with their mouths.
catching fish in their mouths, fighting off sharks.
Apparently they go to a certain
Befriending
depth
young
to get
boys.
stoned. Apparently they go to a certain depth and just like mong out.
Do they?
Yeah.
Trip out.
Yeah, they just get stoned.
They seem like good guys.
They seem like good eggs. I'd hang out with dolphins, and they help people, and they're smart as fuck, and they sleep with one half of their brain at a time. Apparently, I don't know if that's true, but apparently they can't shut off both sides of their brain at the same time ever. They never fully sleep. They only sleep like left hemisphere or sleep right hemisphere, and that's why sometimes they're winking at you when they're sleeping.
And they make a
when
lot
they're
of money off
swimming
their
around.
meat, so that's good.
They make an awful lot of money out of their own bodies. Yeah, there's basically prostitution.
They're prostitutes, sea prostitutes,
Yeah.
sea slags.
Pole line, pole court,
Blue-faced
pole
sea
dancing
slags.
court, blue-faced sea slags.
That's the ones.
Yeah, they are sexy little fuckers. Actually, a dolphin. Would you have sex with a dolphin?
It depends how he treated me.
Imagine a dolphin in a leotard. Why is it a he?
What do you mean? I just. What's wrong with that?
Why would you have sex with a dolphin?
Why have you got a problem
maybe
with
if
me-
he was a nice guy. Also, I'm gay, by the way.
Why you got a problem with me sleeping with male dolphins?
No problem with it at all,
Okay.
mate. I'm glad.
Giant squids have eyes as big as watermelons.
Fuck me.
A watermelon.
A
That's
watermelon.
about the size of your head.
Yeah, that's a big old thing. No, hang on. Watermelons are bigger than my head.
Well, it depends how big the watermelon is.
Well, that's true. Yeah, but fine. Watermelon. Yeah, that's massive. Octopods have another thing that I find an interesting fact that I read about called convergent evolution. Well, convergent evolution is a thing, but it's where two species spread out from the evolutionary tree. Like we spread out from monkeys right up here at the top, and we're pretty similar to them still. But right down here, we spread off from octopuses and squids, like a long time ago. They're invertebrates, and they're water breathing, 8 tentacled weirdos. We're nothing like them.
Yeah.
Or are we? Because the human eye is remarkably similar to the octopus eye, like remarkably similar.
Yeah.
And there's loads of other different variations of eyes on all sorts of other species, and they're all very, very different. But the octopus eye and the human eye are really similar, which is called convergent evolution, when things split off, and then for some bizarre reason, they sort of converge and become the same sort of thing. Apparently, our eyes are structured exactly the same. And that is what that indicates, what that points to, is that life is fairly abundant, and there are some fairly basic like building blocks of what? I'm telling you a good fact here. I'm getting into science.
It sounds really good, yeah.
Right, well, I'm getting another beer.
Well, these aren't facts. Let me tell you a fact.
Do you want a
Polar
beer?
bears have 42 teeth.
What the? How many do we have?
7?
17. Do you want a beer?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on Absolutely Fact. I hope you've had a good time. I've been Matt Bell,
I've been Rob Hoey.
and together we've been
Matt Bell and Rob Hoey, the Wild Stallions.
Oh.
Absolutely fact.
Absolutely Fact. Cheers.
I'm not even looking at those.
Me neither. I do a little bit now and then. A little cheeky bit.